Good morning, everybody. I don't know. That's a song from something my fourth grade teacher used to sing it though. I don't know the rest. I just know the good morning part. Very catchy though. It's really great in the morning. Good morning, good morning. For anybody who might watch the replay when they wake up, I suppose, or for anybody who might just be waking up now. I've been up all goddamn day and I love it. It's been a hell of a day. I've been up. I've been up. I've been working. This is like third shift right now. Maybe fourth, depending on how you cut it. Maybe first, depending on other perspectives. Either way, we have to roll the ads before we get too deep into things. Hi. We gotta roll the ads. And then I'm gonna contemplate what this is going to be about tonight, because as we all know, I am hiatusing from tarot for the time being. And this week it's been a lot. This week's been a lot. And today was like icing on a breaking the ice cake, right? That's not the best analogy. And I brought this out for a very specific reason. So it's like, yes, I suppose we could uncover this entire journey together on stream tonight, or we could just be random as always. We'll see how it goes after the epic, of course. Was it just me, Or was that the longest 3 minutes of everyone's life? Oh my god. Y'all, I'm tired today. I'm tired today. I can't do nothing. What are you gonna do? I was well, I was gonna take this stream in many different directions this evening. I thought about doing the regular PMDD update, but things have been going so good on that front the past couple weeks that I didn't think there'd be much notable. But today was different, and I almost don't even want to talk about it. I instead treated it instead of dwelling too much into it because I've been doing a really good job getting a hang on that up until basically today, which is devastating, but also exciting. You know, if the last 2 weeks that are typically very dysphoric for me could be manageable, and then today was briefly unmanageable, then I'm still making great headway. But the reality that remains is the influence outside of myself that inevitably comes with dealing with it. And that's what makes it even more difficult to deal with or talk about. Is because I never mean to point fingers at anyone for anything, really. I'm here mostly to talk about myself and perhaps use people as an example for something that I would more or less be able to relate to or feel some type of way about. In that aspect, it makes it difficult. I'm not trying to blame or accuse anyone of doing anything to me to deserve what they get from me. Um, but I do find it telling that I'm able to cope and able to treat and manage as long as there aren't certain things that ping me. Which you'd think that sounds like it is not hard to do, but it is. Hey, you're in hype mode. Bro, I ate so much nutmeg. I'll just be honest. Let's just get it out of the way. It's like the first 10 minutes of the stream. I don't think it's kicked in yet. Like, to be perfectly honest with you, I am very tired. I was upset earlier. I worked all day, and it took a lot for me to get on here because I had just like it was just such a revelation of a day. A lot happened today. A lot's been going on this week. A lot happened today. But and I'm okay. I'm up. But I contemplated on once more what this stream would be. Typical PNDD update is very atypical for me right now. Today was the worst of the last 2 weeks, and I'll take it because it was only bad for a small portion of the day. I'm really getting the hang of it. What I was really thinking about, Oily, aren't you ever curious what the fuck I'm talking? No. Some people are, some people aren't. Um, I have to preface almost everything I do with like, yes, I am really weird. I know. Like, I know. If only some people can relate, some people can't. If only there was a way to be less. However, it's a lifelong sentence. Be who you are. And that goes for everyone. No, I'm not talking about that. Never mind. Don't piss me off right now. You're not pissing me off. You didn't do anything. There's also a huge delay in the chat, so keep it moving. Sorry. I smoked the weed. Uh, yeah. So it hurts to have to realize that it's actually so easy to get a handle on these things and to recognize that the pain and suffering sometimes does come from external sources. It's very, very hard. Mostly because once it's beyond you, it's beyond your control. So when I was the source and the sole problem or the ultimate deciding factor of what it is that was wrong or I was doing, then it was in my control to fix it and do it, right? But if someone else were to have an influence or did something negative or was perhaps the problem in that scenario, right? That's what I meant. I wasn't talking about the PMDD stuff. I was talking about the other stuff that I mentioned to you today where I was like, should I? And you're like, I don't think so. I'm like, I kind of want to tell you the very long version, the very long version, how I got here. I woke up one day and was in a different reality, and many of us were, you know? And it's, well, right, so I have to preface everything with, like, no duh, I'm weird. I've literally never been any other way. I keep getting duped into thinking I have friends and stuff. It's so sad. It's like this part of me that I'll never be able to heal, or like the inner child that will forever be wounded is the one who has never really had that many friends, or like always had the one that had no option. I am, but listen to yourself, okay? Like, shut up. I'm sorry, that's not what we've been here. We've been here. I work alone. I don't live alone. Um, but I am alone. And hey, I talk to myself a lot. I am my own best friend, and nobody else wants to be friends with us, and we have to accept that. It's like, how serious is she about the we? Not that serious. There's so much activity in the air, in the day, in the times, right? It's very pathetic. I will literally fall for anything. Loneliness is not it. And I love being alone. I need alone time. I like being alone, but it's also nice to know that there are people in your life, but sometimes there just isn't. It's a rough cut, but what are you going to do, you know? It's like some people will stay in terrible, toxic, immature, or otherwise negative connections rather than be alone. It takes a lot to be lonely. Because as a bleeding heart myself, I've wondered, right? Yeah. Is a warm gun or something like that. I don't remember why John Lennon said happiness was, but John Lennon fucking faked his own homicide, hiring a guy to kill him. He was suicidal. Exactly what he meant. Happiness is a warm gun. Oh. Do you think that's true? Do you think that was a necromancy moment or a stoner moment? John Lennon pay that guy to shoot him? That'd be crazy. Anyways, it's hard to trust the PMDD. It's hard to trust the memories. It's hard to trust. Hard to trust. And gullible old me will choose to trust you no matter what. Because here's the thing: if I want people to trust me, then I have to trust them, right? Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I like being alone, so there's like not always a sense of loneliness. But at the end of the day, like this, a day like this, at the end of a day like this, there is an overwhelming sense of loneliness of realizing that there will never really be people you relate to some degree for whatever reason. Because if you're estranged from your family, or if you never really had friends, or if you like are just alone a lot, you know, and you get weirder and weirder as you go. For me, it's all the stuff I do. And for a long time, it didn't really phase me. People are into tarot and witch talk, and and it's like, oh, you believe this? Oh, listen, you should see what happens when I don't. You should see what happens when I stop. I've tried that too. It was worse, you know? Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I believe in a lot of these things. And the thing is, it hasn't really served me entirely. I will, like, it's very obvious, it's very clear. But I've been very patient. I've contemplated the same thing for years, for 10 years, because I have taken breaks, because I've taken time to myself, time off, time to this, time to that, time to other things. I've tried other things, I've tried other paths, other people, other places, other ideas, other purposes, other projects. I've tried so many things because that's life experience. If something doesn't work, that's fine. I'm flexible enough to do something else. That's, yeah, yeah. So I've gotten to this next phase where I'm looking at people and I'm not even trying to see them any type of way. I just see them. It's horrible. It's horrible. And it's so funny to me how people will always tell me, wow, I wish that I could think so deeply about things. You do. You are so thoughtful. I wish I thought about things like that or in that way. And I'll tell you again and again, no, you do not. Because it's the most isolating thing about me is to have insight and introspective on anything. And it's like an accident. It's like imagine, some people are made to breed. Some people are made to do like lessons, math, teaching. Um like That's what I'm saying. I feel like everybody thinks I'm so antisocial, and it's like, I don't know. We socialize on the stream, whether you like it or not. Whether I'd rather be in person and then be around a crowd of people that I get along with in real life, sure. I don't though because we're a bunch of fucking far and few between weirdos who have to connect via the internet because there's only one of us in every 1,100 miles. Great, love that. And I used to be able to go and okay. I want to tell you a beautiful story. I want to tell you a beautiful story, but I don't know how it ends. And I'm afraid if I tell the story that I'm deciding the ending because I'm ending it, or because there is no end, or because it wasn't the real story in the first place. Because who doesn't want their big fish moments, Who doesn't want this and that, or just because? Um, there are so many little details about all of us that intertwine with each other, probably with very much intent. But for those who refuse to disconnect from the world in front of them, they will never truly connect to the one within. Yes? You hold too firmly and too tightly. It's the world that is around you. You can never see it for what it truly is. And that's because these are all rotating, fast moving, vibrating molecular atoms, right? Like, okay, yes, I'm always going to bring quantum physics into this. I'm always going to bring quantum physics into this because it make sense. You think I didn't study physics for years before I became psychic? I had to affirm with myself that there would be some rationale that it would be possible before I did it because I am a good scientist, right? Because I'm a good scientist. This is science. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to argue with me or not, it's not supposed to be an argument. Stop it. I don't know. Because it's always glitches in here, huh? Who's so sad? I don't even feel sad right now. Who is sad? Because I am freeing myself, right? Maybe it is. Are you sad? I don't feel the sadness anymore. I had to everybody off me because at the end of the day, I'm the one who's constantly told I'm not allowed to be sad and that I can't be crying and that I got all this stuff wrong with me and I'm mental and blah 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 blah. Then you know what? Fuck y'all then. I can't do it anymore. I've learned. I've learned that sometimes you cannot accept the weight of the world, and I had for a long time. That's just my take on sadness in this moment, right? I'm wondering if it's number 6 though, Whirly Boy. There was 5 of us for a fucking minute, and obviously there's the 3 that we know about. You two, and assuming Mr. Weird is around, but probably decompressing post stream. And now we've got 3 lurking. Could be a very human creator. Look, the lurkers left. As soon as they feel that the energy is being called out, a lot of them will leave. The fact that you're saying, dude. People be watching me, dog. I can't deal with it anymore. That's why it's like I might as well tell y'all what's going on. I don't have anyone to talk to. I don't know what to say. I don't know who or what I'm supposed to be doing other than these little projects that are like it's not even about keeping me busy. It's literally keeping me on track to the thing that I want the most. And the thing is, I never say what that is. That sounds cool. I don't really know that game. Be brave. How'd you even know it's water? This is a fucking coffee cup, but it sure is water in here. It's definitely fucking water. How did you even know it was water? Okay. Because sometimes you must know. Sometimes you just must know. Maybe it is. You know? Maybe it is. And if that's the case, I'll be happy for you. It's very rare I get to not think. So that's what I was saying. Everybody's built differently. So people who tell me I think too much, I overthink, I analyze, blah blah blah. Yes, well, that is the very nature of a scientist for sure. I get that your job requires less thinking. I get that you were designed in a different way. I understand that your stat rolls are different. My intelligence stats are high. Okay? I'm sorry that that is like the only thing a person's allowed to say that makes them cocky is to say that they're intelligent. Kind of starting to piss me off. You're allowed to say, I'm the best blah, 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 blah in the world. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an amazing this and that. I'm a fucking number one CEO, blah, 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 blah. But if you're like, my stats are higher in intelligence and charisma, right? And then all of a sudden, oh, you have an ego. Man, I thought we were just playing D&D. What's going on anymore? I don't know. Isn't it all role play? My stats lean heavily in those things. So, I may not have the same strength. I may not have the same agility. I may not have the same consistency or whatever the case may be. But, this is just regular thinking for me sometimes. A lot of the time. When I start to overthink, I reach out to someone. Not even in like a therapy way, because like regular therapy can be great for some people. I love a good intensive treatment and some follow up in and out with that. I don't care. That's not what this conversation is really about. But if I'm overthinking something, I'll reach out to someone I know and trust and love and say, hey, I do think at this point I'm overthinking something. Can we just make a couple decisions? Help me out here because I'm having the brain frogs are croaking very loud. Cool. Mellow out. Keep it moving. Everything else is pretty much a regular amount of thought for me. I just think about stuff. It's how I've made so many goddamn discoveries in myself, in my life, in my experience, in my practice, in my gifts, my talents, my everything. And why are you asking my secrets? What secrets are you asking? Number 5. What's this? What secrets are you asking of me? Of anybody? Somebody wants to know their secrets. Um, so it is you, Blake, that is emotional. We all are. I was very emotional. I just wasn't once I got here. You know? It's stopped for me where I had to come on stream, I had to work, and I have messages to keep, you know? And there's things that can be separated from myself and things that can hurt me and still have to be something that I don't take personally, you know, or I have to be able to accept all experiences for what they are. And that's that every time we do anything, it's only going to be the 25% chance that you get the outcome even remotely close to the one that you wanted. Some of us are meant to walk or live a solitary life. And, you know, I never wanted to be one of those people, but I am. I have to embrace that. I have to accept that. I have to be okay with that because there's nothing I have ever done that will change that. I have done the socializing. I've had many friends and been parts of scenes and circles and groups, and I've had many jobs where I've had coworkers that were like family. I've had family. I've been close to family. I used to hang out with my cousins. I have been friends with everyone I've ever met. I talk to strangers everywhere I go. I tell people I love them that I absolutely do not know. I am the friendliest and most outgoing person that I can be, and yet there's very little company I keep. Yes, that is sad for me. That is sad for me. I always imagined I'd be good at being able to meet people and never see them again, as I have so many times. But I think it's people, in some sense, like it better that way. And it's a rich taste. And most people have delicate tongues and sensitive stomachs, and someone like me is decadent, delicious, voluminous, right? You can only taste so much. Drop, like a touch. That's it. Because otherwise, it's like worse than doing drugs. My whole reality becomes what? Because I make a good point, right? Because I explain it pretty good. Because I actually was right about a lot of things. Because actually it sounded true. Because really I related to it. Because, yeah, I get it. I know. Number 7, right on schedule. Okay. So I know these things about me. I know them about you. I know them about anyone. To feel things so deeply, to think things so deeply, to know things so deeply, to hear things so deeply. Of course it fucking hurts. Of course it fucking hurts a lot. To have to see it all play out in a matter of seconds. Because what are the odds that you even get to live it out anyways? You might as well. That's how I've had to see everything. As beyond the brace of impertinence, beyond temporary, beyond fragility, even. Because once you can not even conceptualize, but really rationalize life and death, or rationalize the mystery of death being equal to the mystery of life, right? Is to never really know how it happens or how it goes. Yeah? Okay. Trippy subject. That's heavy. That's what people like. What keeps them engaged. Tip of my tongue. Think about it. Okay. We were going to talk a bit about some of these things because part of me doesn't know that I'm ready. Another part of me contemplated this for a long time. Another part of me feels like I'm about to cry. Like, is that you? Someone else crying too. Mhm. Yeah. It is what it is. It's um it's because the necromancy makes me insensitive. It has changed my perception of what we've interpreted in this lifetime to be somewhat true. I would hug you if I could. Like Bakara. Hmm. If I knew you only. Yeah. A hug indeed. You can imagine hugging me. I'm sitting before you and I'm welcoming, allowing you to imagine that space for yourself. Just don't make it weird. Life is long. Life is long. And it's lonely, you know? And it is kind of a cool story. And if I contemplate and hesitate so much, I can imagine that anybody else who would be telling the same story would have the same sort of contemplations and hesitations themselves. And I kind of I'm wanting to speak on a few things and clear some things up and to stop accepting this narrative as though I'm any more crazy than anyone the fuck else. Okay? I am so motherfucking sick and tired of people acting like because I work things out with myself, or I'm able to talk to dead people, or even talk to myself, or talk to other people while talking to myself and dead people. Like, that just makes me crazy. As if having drug addictions and absurd behavior and lacking communication skills, empathy, or otherwise just human like characteristics isn't a flaw in itself, right? As if that's not totally crazy behavior, right? People are very comfortable with what they don't know being considered crazy, very uncomfortable with the familiar being considered the same. You get so enthralled and so engulfed in something that you just assume it's normal and that that should be your standard. When in reality, once you remove yourself from it and take a step back, you go, oh, oh, yeah, crazy. Mm. This is dying. I have to run an ad. Thanks. Be right back. I want to say something to you guys. It seems random, but I would just like to say if because you're young and I don't want you to think some type of way necessarily. Being a beautiful woman does make it very easy to always have company. I never have to be alone. But I find that I'm very often lonely, right? Like to some degree, yes, it's a choice because I'd rather be understood and be in good company than just being around someone for the sake of being around them. But of course, it's always an option. And so if you try to tell yourself, even if you didn't really like them or it would just be nice to have this or that, it's not true. It's a lie to comfort yourself. Because once you have that, you realize that it's the sham of loneliness with a comfort of something that isn't very comforting. Yes. I don't know who that was for, but it is what it is. Two scientists are racing for the good of all mankind. Both of them side by side, so determined. A locked in heated battle for the cure that is the prize. But it's so dangerous. They're determined. Because I think that a lot of people would just think it's stupid. I think a lot of people just don't believe me and never did. And I think that there was so much proof in the pudding, and I couldn't even eat it that I said, fuck it, I'll starve myself. I can't. There's so many people around me who spewed hatred and doubt into my whole being to the point where it altered my experience and perception of reality for most of my life up until a very recent point. That even the most obvious things that were right in front of my face eluded me. I'm not even sure it's going, Dom. It's very emo night. I don't know what's going on with anybody on a personal level, but everyone's upset. You're the only one who rocks. Are you sad too, Dom? I still am rock and roll, bitch. Shut the fuck up. I rock and roll. I punk rock. I rock and rye. I fucking rock and sock 'em. Okay? Dom's not the only one who rocks. All right? Dom's not the only one who rocks. But he's the only Dom rocks. Woo! Okay, you're not crying though. It's good. Jesus fuck, man. You know you to put your head down and not. Why? What do you think about doing? It's okay, guys. As long as you're still here, I'll keep telling stories and tell you guys why I'm so got to this point in my life. What I mean when I say quantum science and physics and theories. I love that stuff. It's so much more interesting than everything else that I do. But it's so easy to incorporate it into tarot and music and all these other cool things that are more fun and even tangible. But not when I do them for some reason. Nobody likes anything that I do. It's so crazy because I really like it. And then I get like little to no to just bad feedback on literally everything from almost everybody. And it's crazy because it's like I can handle so much rejection. And I do handle rejection on a daily basis, in every capacity. And I am trying to just keep getting back up and trying again. Because I do try so many things. I've tried so many industries, so many jobs, so many, you know, and things are going really well in so many ways. But it's not perfect and it's not necessarily any end all be all situations, right? But it's been such a cool journey. It's been such a cool journey. And like no matter what happens, this was great. This was all very cool experience. And I think that when I reflect on things and I reflect on the times I've had or the people I've shared them with, there are things that I just did not see that were happening 4242 right in front of me. Right in front of me. Um, because well, it's beyond me, right? It's beyond me. Now, hindsight is 2020. So try to take these lessons of okay, I see it differently now. Hey, who is Princess Boo Boo? You made my ear go off. I don't know if it's because I just didn't look at your message. We don't know each other, right? Huh. Um, good to see you too. I'm taking a break from tarot on the stream. We're just talking about some things. But I would like to say that you're exactly where you need to be. Because that goes for everybody. I guess no matter where we're at, we get to be at the vantage point of being wherever we are. And so that's what we need to see. That's what we're here to vision. The view is perfect in all regards and always has been, always is. And that's what creates the reality is the belief. The vision can be perfect. I want to be somewhere else too. Yeah, for sure. But not really, right? I want to be in better standings in my life. I want to be on more stable grounds. I want to have more secure pockets and jobs and income, right? But do I, in this moment, need or want or desire to be anywhere really more than where I am in this moment right now? No. Because I'm embracing that this is this moment. I am comfortable. I am sheltered. I am drinking water. I am talking to my friends. I am smoking weed. I don't know what that means, but I feel you. I have my own poetry book in front of me, which once upon a time felt like a dream. All of this felt like a dream because let me tell you something. These things, as much as y'all grew up with them existing, some of us just did not. It's so crazy to really think about. Twitch and streaming was not around when I was a kid. So when I had dreams of what I wanted to do when I got older, I couldn't envision a reality that didn't exist for me. And yet, I have been the same personality, the same way, training for the same thing my whole life without knowing that it existed, without knowing its existence. The job that I want has existed since at least 20 years ago, right? But I didn't know about that job until now, right? All my hard work could pay off. And I have to keep telling myself that it does, even if it hasn't yet. And there are so many levels of me that honestly cannot figure out why I would keep telling myself that. It's very hard. It's very hard because I see my failures every day and I'm reminded of them every month and I face them in everything and everyone and every place I go. And I repeat the lessons and I go through the cycles and I do better each time and I congratulate myself and I count every win and I count on my blessings and I make my gratitude list and I practice it the way I preach it. And I preach it because I practice. Because I'm working these things out. And I ask your opinion. I tell you, I give my insight, my recaps. I accept what all of you know in exchange for what I know. Yes, it's very, most of the time, symbiotic and mutual. That's why I took the tarot out of it. It's much better when we flow in conversation. If I get to get things off my mind and off my chest, off my heart, and y'all get to learn something from it because I still am insightful and wise, regardless of what I'm doing, right? Why do I need to drain myself by telling y'all a play by play that you don't even want to listen to because you just hear it in the cards, so you think you know the forecast, but it's forecasting. Ting, 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 ting. Boxing. Somebody's a boxer. Yes. Yes. And I was so well prepared, and I literally has freaked me the fuck out to read this out loud. This freaked me the fuck out to read this out loud. It's my writing. There are two things that freaked me the fuck out. One, poem number 3, almost home. 2, poem number 19, excerpt, page 3, bottom right paragraph, area. Those two things freaked me the fuck out when I read them in retrospect. Because I missed it the first time round. What are you gonna do? I think we all have some form or sense of self-sabotage. I suppose I've done the same thing. I had the whole world being handed to me at one point, I think, in many ways, and I was so perceived as being ungrateful. Thank you. I asked my Sagittarius friend like what to do with my bangs this summer, and she's like, "Get some butterfly clips," but that I haven't actually needed them to hold my bangs back, but they've been really fun and cute to wear, right? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I like them too. You know, I think that life was really just the art piece of experience. That's exactly what I was getting at. I loved them when I was a kid. They broke more. Bitches stole them from my fucking head straight up. Like shit happens, right? Like over time you lose them. I kept a lot of them and broke them as an adult even. So it's cool to have the option, but it's also like um I don't lie about my age. Like yes, I'm 31 now because I'm a Taurus and Taurus season's finally over. It's Gemini season. And I don't try to hide it. And nor do I even act like it, dress like it, look like it. Um, because I think I will forever attain a youthful glow, and I will always want to dress accordingly to me, to the piece that I'm committed to play. Dress for the job you want. Okay. Yo, I don't think that's a job. You want me to get dressed or not? What do you want? I thought, is somebody coming to feed me fruit if I'm laying around naked all day? What's going on? What is that? Number 7? What is this? You can be sad, Blake. You can be sad. Everybody is allowed to be sad. I said I was very sad before I came out here. I just ate a fuck ton of nutmeg and smoking weed. And sadness comes in waves and energy. I had to pull myself out of sadness. Hello. Right. Like everybody comes in waves. It's not just you, my darling dear. Yeah. I know that I can be very silly at times. And I break my own heart. I don't need anybody to do it for me. I don't need anybody to do it to me. I can do it just fine on my own. I like to think it is, but the stronger reality that we kind of like already went in on earlier was that oh, see, the eclipse weekend was lit. I was not feeling the sadness of the eclipse. Literally, the day before, during, and after the eclipse was the premium energy. I was in my bag. I was like, whoa. And then after was not great. And then it kind of balanced out. And today was the worst day I've had in a long time. Really long time. Right. And I'm suddenly confused as to what I'm manifesting, right? Yeah. I'm also very in tune with my emotions, very in sadness often. What is that? Well, my periods make me very emotional, or always have, but now I'm realizing how easy it is to not be emotional about them unless I'm very triggered. But I also have to recognize that if certain people continuously trigger that behavior in me, that I have to recognize that they have to go and not me. Like I can't just X myself out just because other people can't deal with me, right? I just have to go around people who can. Because plenty of people can. It's crazy. Yeah, it's so wild. See, and like once I found this purpose, and I didn't know what it was. It got so quiet. It got so quiet. It got so deafeningly quiet. And I don't know how to explain because I can hear the fan of my computer and I can hear the creatures in this night. But for some reason, it got quiet because when I said that, everybody tuned in because no one really truly feels like they have purpose. And it's very, very rare to be able to still feel hope so late and so full of despair as I am. It's very impressive what I do on that alone, you know? It's true, and it's nothing to cry about. I held myself up all this time. Of course, I'll keep holding myself up. I somehow do it, right? The more time I spend alone, better off I am. Loneliness only comes from realizing that I'm never going to have people, that I'm always going to be alone. There was always this hope in finding those that I belonged to or with, falling in love, seeing eye to eye about things. Yeah, yeah. It's okay. Everything is okay. It just has to be. So you have no choice, and that's the worst part about it. So sad. It's so sad, but it's so beautiful, right? No, it's too sad for some people. That's okay. It's not their thing. For sure. And it's crazy to think some people can't relate. That's what blows my mind the most. Some people will just never be able to relate. And there's some things that are hard to learn and have to be learned the hardest ways. We are all creatures of habit. And I constantly want to comfort the people who hurt me. It's fawning, I think, is what that would be considered when it comes to like the PTSD reactions. All of them. I do all of them. I fight, I flight, I fawn, I freeze. I do all of them. It's like a game. It's like which PTSD reaction are you gonna get this week if you trigger my PTSD? Ah, that's okay. Today I struggled very hard. I think when the stream's over, I'll go back to feeling that way. I think it's going to be hard for a while for me. Or maybe this is the end of my struggles. Hopefully, it has been 20 plus fucking years about something or other. I try to think that way. Like, that's kind of why I do the streams, is like, why do I wonder often why I do this? People ask me why I do this. And I say, well, some people pay me to do it. So there's that. That'll help me show up every day. But even if not, it is socializing for me, as we've discussed, because I'm not a very social person and I don't get out that much. And people don't like me. People don't really like interacting with me. It's it's beyond my own comprehension. It's sad and it sucks. And I'm not even trying to get petty. I'm on my period. It's a little more emotional. People in the spiritual community assume I don't know shit for some reason, even though I've been a practitioner for 25 fucking years, despite the fact that I'm 31, right? People in the dating world just assume that because of the work that I do, that I'm automatically a fucking whore or something, or just available to them at whatever cost to me. Like it's nothing to me, or and nothing means anything to me. I feel like academically I'm frowned upon because I never graduated from college. So no matter how good of a fucking paper I can write, no matter how much of a dissertation I've already done, it will never matter because it's not formal, right? It's just like, uh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm hot and I'm good looking, cool and I'm chill and I've got a fun job and I do weird stuff for money. And like in so many ways, so many people I have had to accept are jealous. It's such a way to live. It's such a way to live. Because, like I said, it's super isolating and it's abnormal and it's hard to make friends. And yes, well, yeah, and I'm on some whole shit too. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't have 10 years modeling experience. Not everyone knows that about me. And then they find out and all of a sudden their opinion changes. And it's like, you know what? Fuck you then. The fuck? You only liked me because I didn't do that. Now I do that. You're questioning if you like me, questioning if you respect me, questioning if you can make a move on me now because you just found out I got a fucking page or something. What the fuck? Yeah, okay. I, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I choose to do pretty much nothing unless specifically requested. What do you mean my past, bro? I said page. What's the past got to do with it? I'm talking about right now, people just judging, making assumptions about who I am as a person or what my character is, or if I see what you're saying though, I think. I try to alleviate some of the judgment of myself in the past because now I realize that a lot of what I did was survival coping mechanisms. So maybe you can rethink some of your situations. Because that's what the hardest part of reckoning now is not to see what I've done to people, but to realize that it takes a lot actually for me to get to that level. What the fuck were people doing to me? I'm literally some fucking weird autistic kid that everybody made fun of and I thought they were my friends. It's horrifying to like grow up and realize that about yourself because you couldn't be there to protect you, even though you would protect other people, right? And always did. I always did step in as much as I could, you know? So I don't know very many people. You know, I'm looking at me now. I'm very impressed with how far I've come. I'm very impressed that I've taken care of my health. I've maintained life. I've recovered from a huge accident. I've refined, and honed my spiritual gifts. I've grown so much as a tarot reader, as a presenter, as an entertainer, as a writer, as a character, as everything that I've done in the past 10 years has all. Somebody just came out here more emotional than all of us combined. Oh my God. Ain't that right? Whoa! Feels like it's been a minute. Whoa. Oh my God. Thank you. I'm proud of me too. Holy shit. That threw me off guard, man. I guess I was talking about art. I see the reminder sometimes, like a meme, you know? It's the reminder of, what would you create if there was no one to judge you for what you made? Well, there's just this one thing, 333, in the whole world that ever felt like something I should be doing. There was only one story, one plot, one character, one name, one time in my life that everything made sense. And I didn't know myself well enough to be able to do that. No, I think it's already a quote. I was like trying to quote someone. I can't put that in a book. Um, there was just always that one thing that made sense. And it took me down a weird road and a strange path. But it didn't get me anywhere. It didn't lead me anywhere. Because I kind of let other people dictate what road I was going to go down and how I was going to move along that road. Because I let their influence or their opinion of what I was experiencing dictate my reality instead of allowing my intuition be the forefront like it is now. So I had someone who I think did some really nice things for me, whether they meant it in a nice way or not. Okay, and this is a long time ago, and I still think about it because no one, well, a few people have done really exceptional things for me since then, for sure. Um, Beyond exceptional. Like I've known some very lovely people in my life, as much as I've known some really bad ones. I've known some really good ones, right? There was this thing in particular that it just it was felt very procured, right? It felt too much like Truman Show instead of true, you know. But now I'm like, EMDD makes me feel that way, right? And then I'm also like, certain people make me feel that way. Okay. Gosh, I'd love to do that again, knowing those two things. I would love to do that again, knowing those two things. Understanding the world the way I do now, knowing things the way I do now, practicing the way I do now, having the attention span, the creativity, the experience, the thought. What's up? It's good. How are you? Oh my gosh, it's like emo night. Don't mind us. It's emo night. Nobody's really too sure what the fuck. Yeah, thank you. Um, This one was good. This one was good. Lately, it's been feeling like, dare I say we try again? And they're like, well, we're already just doing that. But I guess if you try it again, I'm like, eh, is it kosher? I don't know. That's where it's like, was I obnoxious? Did I do this? Like, there's this self consciousness that comes about where it's like, did I force this upon someone or whatever? But it's like, you did way too much for me to feel like that wasn't consensual, right? I'm not just forcing myself upon someone in that regard if they are mutually like exclusive, mutually exclusively reciprocating or whatever. Oh, so confusing. Um, yeah, I think judging is good. Judgment creates boundaries. Gotta be able to have judgments. Wow, who is everybody? What's going on? Sorry. Oh, wow. I just like looked up and there was 10 people in here. I'm not doing any tarot, so if you were coming here for tarot, we're telling stories and having emo night. I am you guessed it, bleeding. I'm on my period. I just say these things out loud because it's like the fuck? Yeah, yeah. Sure. Kind of feel like the delay in the chat is just too much. Hey yo. Oh fuck Mrs. Balloon Hands with the hands with the balloons. I'm gonna start calling joints balloons from now on, just for my Miss Balloon Hands. Yeah, mine should be pretty much cleared up by tomorrow. Sad girl, talking about a sad girl. At least I look amazing, and maybe other people wouldn't think that because they're like, you just look really high, or like your eyes aren't open. And I'm like, yes, it's a family disease. Actually, looks good on me, right? Just kidding. Where am I? Hey, you roll the bag and it's genetics or something. Just yeah. Yep. Thank you. I think I look good too. I think I'm beautiful. I think it's great. I think I wouldn't be able to get away with a lot of the stuff I've done if I wasn't so fucking pretty. That's sad. I even notice my tolerance for people can sometimes depend on how attractive I find them. I'll be honest about it. I'm pretty privileged. I'm so sorry to say it out loud. I just will. I mean, that's fucking insane, but cool. I'm a shallow fucking bitch. Don't I get to be? So isn't that the whole point if I'm gonna be judged for the way I look, regardless? Breaking up marriages, eating BLTs, since when? Why? I don't know. Because I'm eating a fucking sandwich. I'm not allowed to talk to people or tell them about my life at all. Listen, yeah, hell yeah. Let's all do something to lift our spirits. 111 I was gonna tell y'all a cool story, and I just don't even think it's the vibe anymore. It is still a cool story and it is the vibe, but it's just one of those things where I'm trying to keep it close to my chest, but I also feel like I could burst open with happiness, with joy, with expression, with all this stuff that I'm working on that I'd like to be present for. I'd like to get hype about it. I'd like to feel like it was welcome and wanted instead of feeling like it was this weird fucking secret thing that I'm doing. I want to be able to just explain the fucking project. I want to be able to fucking say I've been doing this and that, and I don't even really, in my heart of hearts, know why. I just always have been intuitively led to go down this path over and over again because every time I stop going down this path, I think, why do I keep doing this? I need to break away from this. I need to let this go. Let me go try something else. Nothing else works out. All of a sudden, I'm back to this path. I'm like, God fucking damn it. How'd I end up here? What other lessons did I not learn? This, that, great. Okay, cool. Got it. Let me try this again. Something else. No? Why am I back here again? Jesus fuck, man. Okay, fine. Fine. I'll do it one more time. I'll do it one more time. Oh, I love that. I'm really happy for you, Blake. That's actually really good. Okay, so when you say that kind of thing, truth, if you knew what the fuck I was talking about, you would suddenly feel like I'm insane. And that has been the bane of my fucking existence. Yeah, it's the bane of my existence. And then these stupid fucking bitches get to just fucking blare it in my face. But I don't even get to pretend like it's fucking real. Okay. Okay. Preach. Now my girlie's in the chat. Sorry, emo night with the boys has officially ended. It's fucking girly season in the girly chat with the fucking girlies now. Okay? Butterfly clips and all. The mood switched. Bitch, bye. But not to you, gals. Sorry, I didn't mean to gender y'all so much. I don't give a fuck. It's just moods. Honey, no, yeah, slay, slay, slay. I love you all so much. Oh my god. Some people would consider this insane. I don't see how, like, if I was truly insane, I wouldn't be able to rein myself back in as easily as I do. Just because I allow myself, my speech, my personality, my thoughts, my linguistics, my powers, my abilities, my entertainment, you know, I allow these things to go very far, 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 far away, and then whoop, I can rein them back in. And if I have a hard time reining it back in, I know exactly what steps I need to take to get there. I don't see how that is crazy. I don't see how that's so insane. Okay. I think masking your issues with stuff like drugs and alcohol, sex, and rock and roll probably crazier because you're not coping. You know, you're ignoring it, covering it up, using booze and stuff. Like, yeah, no, that's pretty crazy. Doing whatever you want because you get drunk or you black out and want to forget stuff, or you're like addicted to drugs to get you through the day so that you can stay sane. That's not sane. Yeah, that's not sane. So, you know, I'm a wild dog in life. Just kidding. I ate a bunch of nutmeg before this stream, and I've been smoking weed the whole time. So, it's fairly raw. You know, fairly raw. Fairly. It's not a daily dose of anything, right? No, I love it. Slay. That's life. Okay, so I'm trying to make a 25-minute long song in a week, but I've had brain fog so fucking bad for the past 3 days that I can't think straight, let alone write anything, okay? How's everybody doing? We've got 20 minutes into the ads. How's it going? Is everybody okay? Good. Good. Yeah, glad. Because I was thinking about it and I was like, Put your face up to the window. Tell me all about your gay folks. Yeah, that sounds right. It feels better when you're in it. Yeah. If you're nervous, use the payphone. You know, like, put your face where we can see it. Put it on a show on cable. Because, you know, the internet wasn't really a thing. You can really show it all there. Yeah, you can. Both on HBO and the internet. You know? I thought it was cute to think about it like that. Being on Twitch. Yeah, it's very magical presence. It's a very magical presence. I agree. I think it's very cool. I think it's a very cool concept. I think it's very much the science that drew me in over everything. I think it's the idea of time travel that allured me in the first place. Okay. And kind of kept me in my spot, in my place, on a couch, a fixture, a study, an operation. It was perfect. And I got up and I learned so much. But I interpreted it in my own way. I didn't let anyone else's data or results affect what I was doing. Right? I was taking my own research and accumulating my own data from my own experiments because I had my own hypothesis. Have I come up with any theories? I would say yes. My theory is that time creates waste and therefore exists as matter after it happens. Period. That's my hypothesis, not my theory. It can't be proven. But could it be? Sort of, but only by me. Unless there was someone else who had a similar theory or something. But I'm not in the science community, right? I'm doing this instead. I don't like to go to school. I don't like formal books and stuff. So it's like, yeah, okay. Pretending to be some kind of time traveling weirdo, blah 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 blah. Sounds cool too. Because it's cute. Because it just feels like my story. It does feel like my story. It actually does feel like my story. That's what blows my mind the most. I think back and I listen to it again, and I'm like, damn, actually, that still does make sense. Yeah, like it still does make sense to me. It still does make my whole life make sense. It makes everything I've ever done make sense. It makes the music make sense. That I'm like, I can't even believe I walked away from this in the first place. But also, I had this out of control PMDD situation because of all this like unforetold traumas and horrors and suffering in my life that I had not yet recognized that I needed to go recognize. Right? I love that. That's what I'm saying. This Barbie is a fucking time traveler. That's what I'm saying. So that's so cute. I love that. And so I think I'm ready to walk in my shoes, but I gotta finish painting them first. Okay, I think I'm ready to walk in my shoes, but I gotta finish painting them first. Okay, cool. That's cool. I'm gonna make this song. And I'm gonna just try to fucking be confident in it for a second because it does feel great to be alive and to be me, to have hope in these things and see things for the way that they are, and the way that they're done, and the way that it's been happening, and yet has nothing to do with me, and yet fits so comfortably, but also eventually was about me. That's not even the right book, and it's still the book. It's because it's like its whole other thing. That's because then time is constantly moving source. Absolutely. I'm really fucking weird. I'm for sure just like super weird. But I don't know what to do. So I just entertain myself and others by just admitting to how fucking actually weird I am. Because I think some people think it's a bit. Some people question how serious I am. Some people do wonder what my goal or point is, you know? Because again, a lot of people have preconceived notions of what it means to be a model, what it means to be beautiful, what it means to be intelligent, what it means to be rogue, what it means to be uneducated, what it means to be a fucking entrepreneur, what it means to be, on the internet or fucking social media, this and that. I think I am. I just haven't really met the people who also agree, except for on Twitch, which is a cool community, and I really thank y'all for that. Well, a lot of stuff is weird. I think, and nothing's normal. A lot of stuff's weird for how nothing is normal. I think nature is normal. I think that any kind of behavior that sort of models nature in the way that nature exists throughout all kinds of nature is the only thing that is normal. Boom. What does that entail? Because when you think about it, nature includes plants, animals, humans, what do they all do? Very few things do they all do the same. Because then you also think fish, right? Breathing, sure. Even though everybody breathes different, everybody breathes. Breathing is normal. Eating, okay, eating, everybody eats different things. And technically, okay, does everybody eat? Not everybody eats. Plants don't eat. Eating's not normal. Apparently, eating's not normal. Needing some sun. Ooh, deep sea ocean divers don't need any sun. I guess needing sun's not really normal. I guess it's just how much of a stretch can you be? Okay, right. Because there are some anomalies in nature. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so breathing, I think, is just the norm. I think we can all agree breathing, yes. Unanimously, yes. Fuck yeah, breathing. That's it. That's like the only thing that everybody has in common, I think. And some people choose to learn from me, and that's why I appreciate all of you for choosing to be here and converse with me. Well, I meant on this planet. I can't speak for the extraterrestrials. But I appreciate you all coming out here and being with me and being supportive of what I do and supporting me. Because most people that I've met in my life don't. Straight up, never have. And some have for, their own weird reasons. And yeah, breathing is normal. That's it. You know, just that. Even plants do it. Breathing is normal. Even plants do it. That's great. It should be a tagline or something. T-shirts. Put it on the shirts. Put it on the shirt list. Yeah, I love that. That's my favorite part about. I'm just kidding. I do that every time I'm in the woods. I just go to talk to the trees. I've been like that since I was a kid. That's what I mean. Like, y'all may not see it as weird, but you had to interact with me at any point in my life or still do. It's like shockingly strange behavior. And like for some people that is insanity or crazy or whatever, uncomfortable. But for me, it's just like the only few comforts I have in the world is to be able to enjoy every single moment of life to the absolute fullest that I can within my means without destruction. And that's what I create in this world and co-create in this lifetime is because I want to have the best of everything I possibly can. But that truly does mean to savor whatever's in front of me, not to attain more. It is to say how joyous I am in this moment to be here on this occasion that we just all happen to be sitting at home at the same time, watching the same space, listening to the same conversation. Why would I desire to be anywhere else, doing anything else? Okay? That is a gorgeous, gorgeous moment. I see a bunch of art. I see a beautiful reflection of self. I see so many fun names and personalities coming from anonymous people that I don't even know, but how cool is that, right? That's beautiful, you know? And I'm happy to be whole. Sometimes it's not all it's cracked up to be. Sometimes when you feel so complete, there's nowhere I'm a piece. I feel like I'm totally fine with who I am and what I am. Sometimes life is stressful because I do have to end up living day to day or month to month sometimes because of the PMDD and how it's affected me over the past 20 years or whatever, where I'm just finally really conquering it, getting over it, getting past it. And I can say that it is actually really hard to connect to Swiss cheese. It's a block of Swiss cheese, and you're just the bits that are missing. It's not the whole that you think it is. You know? You're just like, oh, I'm finally full, I'm whole, I'm something, and then you just miss being a part of it. It's all got its own poison, right? It's all has its downsides, I guess. I know, but you were using the cheese metaphor, so I used it too. Shall we roll this ad break? We've got 7 minutes until we have to roll them, but I just feel like we're talking about Swiss cheese at this point. Go have a snack already. Okay, everybody get up. I cannot believe I've only been streaming for an hour and a half. This literally feels like a lifetime. I'm gonna replenish my water. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Let's just roll the ads, okay? Everybody get the fuck up. Get some water, go to the bathroom, wash your hands, light some incense, poke a bowl, smoke a pack. No, pack a bowl, smoke a joint, do something. Um, Dance around, get a snack, do what you gotta do, but we'll be right back. We'll be back in 3 minutes. And then we'll be back to converse a bit more. It seems like you did. You're the one who brought it up now like 600 times. Oh, Blake, pick it up. Listen, I love you all so much. This is so silly. Sorry. I'm not really that sorry. I gotta go. I'll be right back. I took extra time because I am letting the sadness I feel sink in. Because today was so much. I don't, I can't really say anything because it's a bit fresh for me, and I'm sure someday I'll be able to speak on these things more freely or more openly. And even if I feel sad about something in one moment, I may still be grateful for it in another. Even if the worst case scenario should play out, I will have still allowed myself to experience joy in some capacity and fulfilled some part of me or some need or desire or want. Hey, and I think I'll always allow myself to be deceived to some extent if that's what it takes to believe in love. Yeah. I'm packing a bowl. Um, for me, this is all kind of well, a lot happened today. And there's not too many terrifically good things going on in my life, I admit. I just happen to have an amazing attitude and a lot of hope, and I work a lot, and well, I don't know what happened. It has been so. I was feeling like fine, confident, strong at the beginning of the stream, but then this last break, I went to go take out the cup, and sometimes when I see blood, 44444, I tend to freak out a little bit. So I took an extra ad break when I came back from uh, doing that, and I thought I took the time to think about some things and was like, damn, I hate that I could be in a situation that I'd allow myself to hurt. However, I think ultimately I can never regret, anything that I wanted at any moment because it's life experience and it's good to feel comfortable enough to experience it with someone, regardless of what the experience is or who they are, you know? It's my little disc jockey Blu-ray DVD player. One action. King. Fuck. Oh. Stop, baby boy. How you doing? What's up? You know you're on stream right now? Blanket. Hello. Hey. What's up, briefcase? How you doing? He's like, I don't want to be on stream. Look, it's Bong. Hi. Say hey, ballpark. Okay. Leaving? Don't. Okay. He's going. He went straight for the ball. You came in here to smoke weed. Don't lie to me. This is a street cat, bro. You get out of here. He fucking went to go sniff my ball. These cats do not smoke weed. He's the newest one. so funny. These are like very like no smoke, hide the weed from the babies type cats. And this one is a punk ass bitch, bro. I fucks with him, dude. That's newbie, dog. Yeah. Quit fucking with my shit. Okay. Cheers, everybody. Hey, I hear you. Can you stop? You're gonna take the whole fucking window down. Hey, quit fucking with my shit, please. Bullet, what are you doing? How are you guys, by the way? What's going on? Y'all smoking with me? 9 people, but everybody's lurking. This has been such a weird night. It's like a new moon. So honestly, oh my god, we're getting raided right now. Wow. Let's do it. What's up, everybody? Hey, sentient. I was thinking it was sentient. It's not. Cheers. Good morning. Hell yeah. I started this stream with good morning. All right. Listen, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't even blow this. Oh my gosh. Sentinel. Neocusio. Is that like, that's not what that says, but is that, I thought that was the cat. I'm so sorry, y'all. Um, I thought of Shakespeare when I see Mercurius, is what it actually says. But my first thought was Mercutio. Isn't that his name in Romeo and Juliet? Yes. Hmm. How's everybody doing? I scare people. I'm not doing any tarot, by the way. I don't mean to disappoint. We're having some pretty cool conversations, so if you have any questions, definitely ask. I'm taking it into. I knew it was a motherfucking cat, and not just me. Listen, where are you? What are you doing? This little baby, baby boy, baby boy. He's being a punk. He's being a punk. I'm so sorry about the distraction. I just had him, and he's. I can't get him. It's you know, my boy Boombox. Oh, thank you, Dom. I'm just kidding. Do I really scare you? I feel like I'm so nice to you. Am I not nice to you? Kushio. Ah, could be, yeah. You'd have to ask Shakespeare. Maybe I would have to ask him, yeah. But thanks for the follows, by the way. Sorry, I do have that in chat, follower only chat mode set. And like I said, I'm not really doing any tarot just lately. I've had to take a break. My streams weren't staying connected. Like I was getting disconnected during streams. You can literally look back at this week. Very bizarre. Oh, he came out. All right. He's leaving. Later, Blu-ray. Okay, he's over it. Tried to. Yeah, no, he's a slender black cat. He's very handsome. Super good. Yeah. What are they? Love cats. Yeah. So we're just kind of in chat mode right now. Yeah. He's beatnik, you know? Boxes, whatever kind of thing. Um, anyways, all witches need a black cat and a pumpkin, an orange cat. All black cats need an orange cat because all witches need a pumpkin. That's what I meant to say. That's sweet. Yeah, delicious Blu-ray quality cat. Amen. Amen. Okay, who's on here who's like totally crushing right now? Um, you shouldn't be. Listen, there's no tarot. It's tonight. So if you're looking to get some kind of love reading or something, you gotta go somewhere else. Someone's got the giggles. Someone's feeling something. That's okay. Is he orange? Someone didn't want me to get off that subject. What the fuck's going on? Oh my goodness. Someone is I think it's is that like a Nelly song? I thought of what about us? What about we? What about you? What about me? Something like that. That's what I'm hearing right now. Somebody's got it bad. Really big crush, kind of feeling that lovey dovey. You know, I don't know. It's yeah, and I definitely do a lot of love readings. Me too. But I just am taking a break from the tarot. It's very strong. Oh, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Okay. Um, yeah, maybe it is. I thought it was, but apparently I just completely misread the situation. I think, I'm like, oh my God, I'm a fucking girl, gullible. I don't know what to say. I don't even care. As long as am having fun all the time, doesn't even really matter. As long as I'm having fun. Sometimes it doesn't seem as fun to live life because I get sad and I'm bleeding, and it's like, man, that's a bummer. So annoying. But then I'll be up again. It's like, yo, that's rad. Totally. Hell yeah. You know? So it is what it is, but it still pisses me off to no end, yeah? I have to expel blood for like days on end every month for 40 years approximately. Don't even tell me that doesn't suck. It never stops. Bloody fucking legend is right. Bloody legends is right. What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough and I want my share. Because now I can feel you sit there and stare, and I'm questioning if you even care, but you can't bother to let it be known what you got saying over the phone. You just want to lurk, you want to roam, but you don't want me to use that tone. Well, shit. Well, shit. No, I'm not 40. No, I was saying I'll have a period for 40 years of my life because it started when I was 10 and it probably won't end until I'm like 50. I'm 31. Thank you. It was weak, but I'm thirsty. Help me, Dom. I cannot actually rap on beats. I practiced like, well, I've always written poetry, right? I've always written songs, never made music. So I started writing raps, and I rap and rap and rap and rap and rap, but I don't make any of my music to music. So like I don't really like um I don't even know. I don't ever do it. Actually, I never really tried to rap on a beat, actually. It's so funny, right? I've written so many. I know, but I usually like when I was really into it, it was like 2014, right? I'm in my Nissan Altima. I'm driving through fucking Kansas and I have a digital recorder and a CD player that only works some of the time. So you had to just leave the CD player in it, and you had to hope every time you had to stop and get gas, turn the car off and turn it back on again, that the CD player would work, because otherwise you were fighting Kansas radio. And I don't know if you're familiar with Kansas, but when you get outside the city and you got to get to the next city, there's really not a whole lot going on in between, except for some cornfields, some wheat fields, some empty fields, some cow fields, and some billboards. And most of the billboards are like anti-abortion, anti-reckoning. Do you love Jesus? Bah. Yeah, like okay, so listen, listen. I have driven to the entire state of Kansas alone with a broken CD player, with Exhibit's Napalm CD from 2012 and Kansas radio. and me and a fucking tape recorder. So most of the rap songs that I wrote, like, fleshed out, like, have whole songs. Some of it, I'm like, I don't think I would still say that. I don't think I'd still vouch for what I wrote then, but, like, still, good stuff. Was because I just did that. Yeah, because I was just, like, rapping about smoking weed because I was driving through Kansas, looking at billboards, being like, "You're going to hell, bitch," and I'm like, "Cool, see you there." La da 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 da. Weed songs, anger. I'm gonna fuck you up, violence, but in rap songs because I'm driving a fucking vehicle. Ah, kind of cool, kind of cool, kind of